zu die Zulassung der assyrischen Namen der Dörfer und Städte, das Turabim und die Aufhebung des Verbots für die Nachnamen. Rückgabe des Grundeigentums der Kirchen und die Klöster. Zum Schluss ein Punkt, Entwaffnung, sehr wichtig, Entwaffnung und Auflösung der sogenannten Dorfschützer. Ich danke Ihnen für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit.
To leave us for another meeting or another hearing. It is said that one person, one single individual, cannot make major changes. History shows the difference. So does also current time, current modern Assyrian history. One individual, actually a man, has a goal. He wants recognition. He wants the world to know. And he started his own operations by himself, of course with many friends. First in Holland, Netherlands, and then now all over the world. Australia, US, Georgia, Armenia, Turkey, wow, countless countries where he has connections, friends supporting him. Now more, it's not just him, it's an institution, a very important organization in events like this one and many others. When the fight for recognition, the fight for the recognition of the Assyrian genocide started, the Armenians were far ahead. But there was no cooperation. Armenians were struggling by themselves, Assyrians by themselves, and Pontic Greek by themselves. I would introduce the next speaker as the person that made sure that these three nations, these three Christian ethnic Turkish nations, were massacred together and should fight together for recognition. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sabri Atman for Seyfo Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. After 95 years, the Seyfo genocide is on the agenda in the international arena with a difference. Up until now, it used to be taken into account as the Armenian genocide only, exclusive of other Christian minorities that were subjected to the same genocide. The difference this time is the inclusion of the Assyrian, also called Assyriac and Chaldean, and Pontic Greeks alongside with it. This time, this genocide is yet to be called with its proper name, Seyfo, in Syriac, meaning the sword, as it was carried out in the jihadist strategy in ethnic cleansing all non-Muslim citizens of the time in order to homogenize Turkey under the nation as one nation and one religion. Most of the victims were killed by sword. From the time the genocide took place till our generation, our grandfathers have passed it on to us orally as Seyfo, and lest we forget. Today, in every commemoration of the Armenian genocide, our Armenian brothers and sisters always display a picture depicting of how an Ottoman soldier holding a sword, ready to kill from behind another Armenian mother while holding her own child. Even in their dramatized plays highlighting the horrible acts occurred at the time, depicting the soldier with the sword. To understand Seyfo genocide, one needs to go back and look at the political background of the Ottoman Empire in the 1880s and the events of early 900s that led to it. In brief, I will only touch the fact as to how this genocide was implemented and why. This war, or the 1915 genocide, was directed without favoritism against all Gaurs, the term that Turks used to describe the entire Christians living in the territory as infidels. Actual fact, the general execution plan was twofold. Again, one was to homogenize Turkey under the nation as one nation and the others as one religion. Therefore, one was directed against the Muslim population from non-Turkish origin, such as Kurds and migrants from the Balkans, were relocated and dispersed among the Turkish majority with the purpose of assimilation. Second, the other was to removal of the non-Muslim people from Turkey by annihilating them totally. As a result, over 2 million Armenians, Assyrians, and Greeks were deported, starved to death, and massacred. The survivors still remember the saying they heard from some of those who got involved and carried out the genocide. An onion is an onion, whether it's red or white, all must be chopped off. Meaning, a Christian is a Christian, or Gaur is Gaur, whether Armenian, Greek, or Assyrian, kill them all. Let me remind you that by the beginning of this month, we officially entered into the 6,070th year of our recorded history. We have predominated in our homeland, once used to be called Mesopotamia, over 6,000 years. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that we are the indigenous people of that land that once used to be called Beth Nahrin, Mesopotamia or Assyria, for many millennia. Today, the southeast part of Turkey constitutes the upper north of Mesopotamia. The holy seal of our church, the Church of Antioch, was there till the establishment of the new Turkish Republic in 1923. Those having assumed annihilated the Assyrians, Syriac, were not included within the Lausanne Treaty that was signed in 1923 in Switzerland, nor was their existence in Turkey acknowledged then. When the Turkish Republic formed, the borders of the states were drawn not according to the demographic area. Hence, Assyrians became a stateless nation.